Why people want to join Black Panthers? White people literally want to join the Black Panthers. If you cannot hear what I'm saying that white folks want to join the Black Panthers. Is this not funny to anybody? No, no, no. I don't want to see those people in my comment section. I'll be like, yes, the Black Panthers were literally not formed for just black people. There were white people associated with it. There were this. What was the main point of having Black Panthers? Go check out the research before you come to my comment section to argue. But anyways, I'll let you guys listen to people's opinion. Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, please do it. Subscribe, like this video, drop me your comments. And lastly, do not forget to share for every other person to get this good news. Guys, with that being said, let's watch if these are regional people or terrors. Let's get right into this. For disclaimers, educational purposes only, okay? So do not come for me. Don't come.
Can white people join the Black Panthers? I think we're ready. The whole reason we are in this mess is because white people weren't even ready to vote for a black woman or get rid of the KKK. And here we are where you all still want to hide behind the bodies of minorities instead of do anything yourself. Men are the only group that still mostly support us, and you know that group is fucking bolstered up by white people. Have you ever read about White Panthers or read a book in I'm losing my fucking mind.
Excuse me, guys? Can white people join the Black Panthers? I think we are ready. Did you not read the part where it said Black Panthers? Like, are colonizers gonna colonize? Because that's what you guys always want to fucking do. It's so fucking exhausting. White people see a movement going on. Then they're like, oh, I want to get on board. I want to do that. Then they do what they do best, impose their will upon others, and then quickly the movement becomes theirs because they're going to end up hijacking it. So in the year 2026, once again, we're going to say, white people, you are going to have to fix this on your own. You are not going to be able to join no Black Panthers. You are not going to be able to be part of the black movement because when you guys join these movements, you hijack it. You make it your own. And then not only that, you start patronizing people and be like, oh, you're not educated, are you? Well, let me educate you then. And it's like, we're sick of the bullshit. We see what you do. And quite honestly, I saw what you did with the Palestine movement, so please stay the fuck away from black people movement going forward.
So now everybody want to join the Black Panther Party. Why am I seeing white folks ask if they can join the Black Panther Party? Because for what? Answer me this. The Black Panther Party for self-defense. Who do you think the Black Panthers were defending themselves from? Quickly. And also, one of the strongest tenets of the Black Panther Party for self-defense was education. The fact that a lot of y'all were just in my comments just days ago telling me that you didn't learn about the Underground Railroad, which means I'm sure you don't know a damn thing about the Sinclair brothers. Like, do y'all think the Black Panther Party was a social club and like King T'Challa is gonna come out the back?
Can white people join the Black Panthers? I think we ready. No.
White women asking if they can join the Black Panthers is because they don't trust whiteness either. Because instead of doing the hard work, the uncomfortable work of organizing their own people, they want to attach themselves to black movements that have been in existence long before they realized that the country was on fire. That's not solidarity. That's outsourcing responsibility. Because the Black Panthers are not a costume. It's not some little club that you can apply to when fascism gets too loud and scary for y'all. The Black Panthers were a response, a direct response to white violence in America. It was a response to white law enforcement, white supremacy, and state neglect. The Black Panthers fed children when the state starved them. The Black Panthers armed themselves because they were being hunted by the law. They built community for Black people because white America kept burning it down. Because if you don't trust your own white communities enough to organize and build movements with them, why should Black people trust you to come into ours? Mistrust doesn't just magically disappear when you cross racial lines. If anything, it deepens. And just so y'all know, Black spaces are not rehab centers for whiteness. We are not here to absolve you or absorb your guilt, your fear, or your political awakening. Why aren't y'all out here creating white-led community accountability circles where y'all actually face and deconstruct your racism and anti-Blackness? Why ain't y'all building community patrols that stop white men from becoming threats? Why don't y'all organize against white supremacists where the white supremacists actually live, like next door to y'all? It's like Blackness for y'all has always been a moral shortcut. Y'all attach yourselves to it and y'all feel you're absolved of sins. Y'all stand next to Blackness and suddenly you feel brave. But I'm sorry, liberation don't work like that. Real allyship, it's not glamorous, it's not an aesthetic, it doesn't get thank yous, it's not done for the gram or for the... And it happens away from Black people, not in front of us. And the Black Panthers didn't ask white people to join. They asked them to fix their own house. If your house is on fire, you don't go and move in with your neighbor's house. You put that fire out. That is the work we need y'all to do. Take care of your house. Your house is on fire, and that fire is affecting our houses, our neighborhood. So put it out. Why don't y'all want to be in community with each other? Because it's a good question.
You're an angry white person and you said you want to join the Black Panther Party, and everyone laughed. What do? Well, you laugh along with them because it's silly, but then you organize, because there are ways that white people can be effective accomplices to Black revolutionary aims. Which, let's be clear, was the central unifying tenet of the Black Panther Party, and they did not take white members as members of the Black Panther Party generally. Rather, they participated in the Rainbow Coalition of different organizations, including the Young Patriots, which were poor white Southerners. Now, I don't think that literal same setup would work today, and I don't think anyone thinks that. But what you can do right now, as a white person, if you want to help as an accomplice to the oppressed nations in America, is you can go out and build community amongst other white people to help do that. And first and foremost, mobilization against ICE is a huge organizing ground. If you haven't already, go find the ICE Watch organization in your area, and you will find the people who need help. And you will find the communities that are willing to defend those people. And if you don't find effective revolutionary community in that area, find or found mutual aid organizations or community defense organizations. Because you don't just need to defend yourself against ICE, the cops are also very violent. And there is a lot of writing on this that I'm not doing justice to how to be an effective accomplice to Black revolutionary aims. But I think the answer should be obvious in attempting to do that. Listen to Black revolutionaries, where they will engage in the Black Panther Party or whatever formation that comes up now. And there will be demands for white people. There will be requests for white people just as there were in the original Black Panther Party days. And the best way you can prepare right now to provide and help in those revolutionary aims and provide liberation for America as a whole from the fascist regime that hurts us all through white supremacy as well, is by building revolutionary community to engage in mutual aid, which enables effective community defense. And the bar I always use is that if you're not prepared for a jailbreak, you're not prepared to actually resist the state. So start preparing today for all of those weird-ass logistics that would take.
I've seen a handful of white women ask if they can join the Black Panthers, and I have to ask, why do you want to join the Black Panthers? Why don't you want to be in community with your own people? Is it because you can't trust them?
Now, these white women are asking if they can join the Black Panther Party because they're white women, but also because in 2020 and the subsequent years, you all told them that they were a contribution to movement. I was invited to an organizing group in my hometown, small town, North Carolina, in 2020. It was a very reactionary group, and I was like, hey, we need to pump the brakes on trying to do actions all the time and one, relationship build with each other, because there's somebody here I do not fuck with at all, and I think he's very dangerous. No one listens to me. No one listens to survivors. No one listens to me. And then also the getting our relationships tight, solid, and our values clear helps us actually get to where we're going. Because at one point I was like, are we trying to do a reform thing? Because if so, I'm out. Or are y'all trying to do direct action to the people with the people? Like, what the fuck? We don't know. We don't know. It was early, but I was like, well, we should start there. And then they kept being like, well, what can we do? What can we do? Everybody wants to do something because y'all got instant gratification issues or some shit. Anyway, there's this dude, the one I mentioned earlier that I did not get a good feeling from because he kept posturing. He was trying to like dick measure with me. He didn't like clearly the way that I carried myself and the way I spoke. Because in his spirit, he is a white man. Now, I first saw him, I thought he was Latino. I thought he might be South Asian. He claimed to be black. Whatever, all God's creatures. We're a diverse bunch. But I was like, And everybody else knew each other because I haven't lived in my hometown since I was 18. And I had just come back home. The farm is a political site. So I was like, I want to be involved with people who care. Let's start somewhere. But this guy, every time we had a meeting, he kept fucking with me. And I was like, what is going on? Now, who would have guessed? He's married to a white woman. They have 3 children together, right? So this racially ambiguous, claims to be black man with the spirit of a white devil strong within him is married to a white woman. They have 3 colored children. One day, like 2 weeks into this group, he texts the group, hey, is it cool if my wife joins us? All of us are black. I'm not counting him and him. And she wants to learn about what's going on and understand things. We didn't have a clear goal set for sure, but it was very clear that we wanted to do something. This wasn't an education group, a fucking study club for white women who already have colored children to get caught the fuck up. And I want to remind you, this is the year George Floyd was executed, plus several black people before him that month. And the response to it was fucking Democrats kneeling in kente cloth, white people putting black squares in their profile page, and y'all were eating that shit up. So he asked, can his white wife join because she wants to learn and understand, right? The white woman he bred with, impregnated, and birthed these children with doesn't know or understand what's going on in the country she lives in. And then there's a wave of responses from almost all of the black women in the group. Yes, sure, the more the merrier. Sounds good to me. That's why white women are asking, can they join the Black Panther Party? Because y'all told them they were a contribution to anything, let alone fucking getting free.
What is this about white people wanting to join the Black Panthers? What? No. When I said y'all need to come together and build community, that is not what I meant. I was talking, you need to start from scratch, okay? Build your own version of the Black Panthers for your community, like the Karen clan or some, well, y'all might want to stay away from clan. But maybe you could take some of the white people names I've thrown on here. I'd be okay with that. Appropriate that with the porcelain posse. What's another one I said? The unpigmented progressives, the sunscreen warriors. Take one of those. You don't need to be in the black. No.
White people who got excited by seeing Black Panthers on your For You page and thought, gee, I want to join the Black Panther Party. I need you to lock in real quick. The original Black Panther Party, a la Oakland, California, 1969, disbanded in 1982, largely because of internal squabbling and legal issues related to COINTELPRO. After that, there were some ex-members of the Black Panther Party, some ex-members of the Nation of Islam that started their own versions of the Black Panther Party. Some of them being Black nationalists, some of them being Black separatists, and some of them getting rid of Black nationalism altogether, as we see with the Philadelphia version of the Black Panther Party. That version was started in 2020 in response to the murder of George Floyd. That movement is effectively using the original Black Panther Party model. And that model also relies on multiracial coalition. The Black Panther Party worked intersectionally with other coalitions to achieve their goal. That means that there were different organizations that might have had different individual priorities that they were working on internally, but they were in ideological alignment and they used supportive praxis to work together, aligning in the fight against white supremacy, against colonialism, against capitalism and classism. Notably, one of the issues that also contributed to the original Black Panther Party disbanding was the lack of addressing of sexism and the patriarchy. There were also Black feminist organizations like the Combahee River Collective that were formed because of that issue. I think that in and of itself is a powerful lesson that bias can break movement. Instead of focusing on trying to join the Black Panther Party for self-defense in Philadelphia, I think that you need to redirect that energy to implementing the Black Panther Party's 10-point program within your own community. That could look like teaching your community members self-defense and gun safety. That could look like providing political education to your community members. That could look like providing essential needs to sustain the fight. That means providing people with shelter, food, water, medical care, and legal counsel. Identifying and correcting the issues within your own community that contribute to upholding white supremacy, upholding capitalism, upholding classism, upholding the patriarchy. If you start with those things, you can then work towards aligning yourself with and working with other coalitions doing the same. Start inward, start with your community. Y'all are not white saviors to the Black Panther Party, and the Black Panther Party isn't coming to save you. You can contribute by saving yourself and helping other people to save themselves along the way.
The Black Panthers are a cosplay organization. They get their vest on, you know what I'm saying? They grab a gun and they go out and they march in formation, but they've never actually completed a task for us that we've needed them to complete. I'm not talking about all these little liberal tasks that they be doing, tasks that help everybody. I'm talking about getting things done for us. Khalid Muhammad went out and physically fought the KKK in the streets. The Black Panthers weren't there, and they ain't been there. Don't come to me with this Fred Hampton nonsense. He's also not here. So in between the time that he's been gone and now, what have they been doing? Nothing but cosplaying. The Rainbow Coalition. Let me tell you something about a Rainbow Coalition. Every time black people coalesce to get something done, every time we come together and we're like, yeah, man, put our heads together, we ready to crack, we got to include somebody. And what happens besides us getting watered down? What happens? The movement gets destroyed, infiltrated by feds, and they always come through that pipeline, through the coalition pipeline. And you know who's responsible for that? The Black Panthers. I don't care who don't like what I'm saying, because you ain't also busting no grapes, so shut up. I'm sick of cosplayers coming out here and acting like they finna do something. Ain't none of y'all been on real shit since never. Y'all saw people get beat up on Edmund whatever bridge, and ever since then, you've just been getting the backs kicked in, and ain't not one of y'all, and the ones who do end up getting locked up. We go to prison. That's where we go, to prison. We get locked up. See this frustration, man. It's like, I came out of the gate screaming, ready to move, only to have to fight off hordes of non-brothers and sisters, people who wasn't even connected to the black struggle, who wasn't even connected to black anything. I had to beat all them off with a stick just to have a conversation, just to have a solo conversation with another black person. Every time we get ready to start with Khalid Muhammad again, what'd he say? They always got to be in a room. Whenever we come together, somebody else got to be in the room listening. I'm sick of it. Watching the black... You know, I've been keeping my mouth closed on race stuff, on all this stuff. Just because. It's a lot of stress on the heart. But this right here, seeing this, whoever... This Black Panther organization and this whoever, y'all couldn't even put a brother with dreads up? Y'all couldn't have put the blackest man, blackest knight up to say all that weird shit? You had to put that guy up? That they're not actually a black organization. When communities from down south were infiltrating black communities and dismantling us, no Black Panther was to be found. None of these people were to be found. The only people who came out and said something were the community and Black nationalists. And you already know what they say about us Black nationalists, how they treat us. You destroy the only true defense force you have and replace it with these Rainbow Coalition wannabe pretending ass cosplayers. Peace.
I'm on Steam, baby. Whoever that Hispanic, biracial, whoever he is, somebody he's the Black Panther Party, boo, stop. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Y'all, I'm so mad. I'm so mad. Y'all let anybody. Y'all just let anybody. We're no international any.
A lot of folks are out here on white people's heads for wanting to become members of the Black Panther Party, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. But there's a bit of misinformation coming with the corrections many of y'all are giving people. The Black Panther Party actually did allow white membership, and that was a problem. Now, I'm not going to dive into in this video, but I will probably sometime tomorrow. But that was a problem. The organizations that did not allow for white membership were SNCC, that's the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee, and the BLA, that's the Black Liberation Army, and multiple other formations and organizations of those sorts. The reason these orgs did not allow white membership is because they understood that Black people have to close ranks in our struggle. They understood that multiracial alliances were fine when discussing and figuring out tactics, but when it came to developing strategies, objectives, and deciding the principles upon which our struggle would take place, these multiracial alliances and allowing for a multiracial character to be in our organizations would displace Black people's interests and Black people's needs. In other words, organizations like SNCC and the BLA did not subordinate racial and colonial oppression to class oppression. And because of that refusal and the need to act in alignment with it, they ended up closing ranks internally, which is what Black groups and organizations and stuff need to be doing. So the intuition that white people should not be joining Black people's organizations that are aimed at forwarding the self-determination of Black communities and serving Black communities on our own terms, the intuition that white people should not be joining these is completely correct and is rooted in a kind of intuitive understanding of the fact that our organizations need to serve us primarily, right? However, the Black Panther Party did not hold that the same way y'all are thinking they did. And it's important to name that. This is not to disparage the Panthers, right? It's not to say, oh, like start hating on the Panthers or boo-booing on them. No, it's to point to the fact that there is nuance to this conversation that has to be mentioned, lest we end up kind of fetishizing and creating this idealistic image of the Panthers or other groups that does not allow us to learn from their mistakes and to properly analyze the situation and where we need to depart from them where we're at right now. You see what I mean? That's all I'm saying about it right now. I'm gonna get to more of it tomorrow though, for sure.
Now, this may just be me, but as a white person, I don't understand why we're asking the Black Panthers if we can join their party instead of resurrecting the White Panther Party, which was created to show support and allyship for the Black Panther Party. Now look the fuck up. I understand the majority of Black Panthers are not going to give a fuck if you're white. They're going to give a fuck if you're the right kind of person to be fighting alongside them. That being said, if you're white and you join the Black Panther Party, there is a chance that you may not even be on the front lines because it's not about you. It's not about your face. It's not about your voice. It's about the Black community. And yeah, you have to be okay with that because this organization was created to call out the oppression made by white people. You're not going to be centered in it. There is no reason why we're not resurrecting the White Panther Party. I'm just saying. And I don't know, it's kind of just rubbing me the wrong way about how many people are just waiting for Black men to come in and save us when we can do the work ourselves by holding white men accountable, especially the ones at our dinner tables. I digress.
So as the Black Panther Party gains a lot of attention nationally and people are all over my feed talking about, I want to join, I want to be a Panther, especially white people. Let's talk about it. So my comrade K-Sal made a great video about the Black Panther Party. I'll tag him below. Go watch his video. I'm going to cover primarily the Panther Party because I'm white. The Black Panther Party, though, is a Marxist-Leninist and intercommunalist organization. If you are not a communist, you will not find a home in the Black Panther Party. This is not a liberal mass organization. That being said, a lot of people are discovering the White Panther Party. They still exist. Drop the white, it's just the Panther Party. And the party operates in direct connection to the Black Panther Party. So much so that Bunchy Carter is the Minister of Defense for both parties. Now, what makes this formation of Black Panther and Panther Party different than some of the others? It is the blessing of the original Panthers. Not only the blessing, but the participation. Our Minister of Defense is Bunchy Carter, the son of Bunchy Carter. I've mentioned this before. Panther Party. We do not exist. The party does not exist to take over black spaces. The Panther Party exists specifically to operate in solidarity and in recognition that as a serious revolutionary in the United States, our revolution must be rooted in the black radical tradition, because that is the only real-life revolutionary aspect to ever exist in the United States. And without actual applicable revolutionary theory, there can be no revolutionary action. So, how do you join? Well, you can't just shoot an email and join the party. If you are talking to anybody claiming to be a Black Panther or a Panther, and they're telling you, yeah, you can just join through email, that's not how this works, comrade. You must show participation in your community. If there's not a chapter near you that you can go and participate in and with and be vetted through, then you can reach out and be put into the People's Corps, which is the muscle behind the Black Panther Party traditionally and still is today. UATE is a part of the People's Corps, United Against the Elites. We are a Black Panther-led coalition. You can use the same guide, the Four Winds Guide, which we have available for free to download, to organize your community. And as we see your participation and your commitment, not to the party, but to the people, then the potential opportunity to become a Panther or Black Panther will show itself. Not everybody is meant to be a Black Panther or a Panther, and that's okay. The People's Corps is just as important. UATE is just as important. If I missed anything, if you have questions, drop a comment, shoot me a message. We can get you plugged into the People's Corps, right? That's the whole point of this, is to organize communities. But do not think that you will just be able to join the Panthers or the Black Panther Party. Do not think that this is a mass organization. This is a dedicated and disciplined cadre. It is a vanguard. It is not something to be taken lightly. It is serious organization for serious organizers.
Hashtag not all white women. Hashtag not all white women. Am I right? Am I right, friends? Ooh. I made a video asking white women why they want to join the Black Panther Party, and some of the white women are either being purposely obtuse or they're trying to justify why they're different, why they're special, why they're better than other white women. Now, to answer a few questions, yes, I know I'm white. I do have a mirror. If you would like to send me one, you would like a mirror collab, shoot me a DM. I would love that. Secondly, I know I'm saying goddamn near verbatim what black men and women and brown men and women and indigenous men and women have said for decades. However, I do know the one truth of sales and marketing. You must know thy audience. For generations, people have changed the verbiage and changed who's saying it to get through to different subsegments of the market. So for me, it is more of a question of if I can get through to some white men and women because I look the way that I do. Years ago, after the bear versus man conversation, I believe it was White Woman Whisperer who posed, would you prefer to have a white woman or a white man in a professional setting? And goddamn near every woman who replied said a white man, because white women, notoriously, we are untrustworthy as a block. And you might think that you are better, you are different, you are special, but because of the way that we look and because of our historical and cultural significance as white women, we are an untrustworthy group. And so when you jump in my comments, you get defensive and you are leading with your ego. I'm going to just start replying to all of your comments with hashtag not all white women. Hashtag not all white women. Do the work. Extricate the white supremacy that is cancer inside of your body, inside of your homes, inside of your communities. And you will not feel the need to be defensive every single time someone asks you a question. Also, I was serious about that mirror collaboration if anyone wants to do that.
Anyways, welcome back, guys. And from the videos that you guys literally watch, you guys can literally see that white folks want to join Black Panthers. Like, they are so desperate to join Black Panthers. And I keep telling myself, the first question is, what is the aim of them wanting to join Black Panthers? Because you see message that comment like we are ready. Ready for what? Why is it so difficult for white folks to form their own association? Why is it so difficult for them to find something on their own platform to do it? And you can see from even some of the white women that reacted, where they literally said, why are white people planning to join? Oh, is it because they can't keep up or they can't trust their own fellow folks? Black Panthers was originally formed just to protect blacks, but now they're making it look like it is not just all about the blacks, it is every single community. I saw a particular video clip, and of which I'm going to be doing that on a separate video and break down in details with my deep research the way I normally do it, where you literally see a man, I don't want to call his name, talking about how Black Panthers were not just formed for black people, they are formed for other minority groups, they are formed for Asian, Hispanics, Latino, blah, 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 East, West, North, and South. And why is it now becoming the main pick of the thing? The death of Renee, right? And now they want to join the Black Panthers. But the question is, them not joining is the thing, right? The thing is, if they join, how successful will this be? Because I've come to a point where I really understand that every single thing that these people join is literally not going to be successful. Or if this thing is going to be successful, these people are literally going to take credit for it. So should I call these people tethers? We want to join, we are ready. Go form your own. I think according to some of my research that I've made, like I said, I'm elaborating in the other video more, where I literally see some people said there was a time where they have what is called white panthers, right? So why not rebond it, rebring it up as white panthers? Why always wanting to join, negotiate, enter, associate with every single thing that black people are doing? And I'm not doing this video for discrimination or anything. I'm doing this video based on the fact that I've seen so many things that a lot of black people do, and the moment you get these white folks joining, 100% of them are literally not successful, or at the end of the day, these people are definitely going to take credit. It will be like they formed it, they originated it, they gave you the idea, and so on and so forth. It happened in the story of a particular lady, I think her name is Sarah or something like that, where she literally started this design. She started this particular design by herself, and you see a white woman copying her design, blah blah blah, and at the end of the day giving credit to herself. That's the problem I have with these people. The point that no matter what they're associated with it, if that is becoming successful, then I'm trying to make it look like without them this wouldn't have been. That's just the problem I have with them. So, and that is why any single thing that a black person is doing, I really do not advise a black person to be like, oh, let's go ahead, let's collaborate together. Do not get me wrong, I'm not saying there are not good white folks out there. There are good white folks out there, but out of the 100, I can just tell you that 90% is off, just 10% that are okay for me as far as I'm concerned. So that is why I am now angry that they're not saying we are ready, we want to join. We want to join what? But anyways, let me know your decision in the comment section. Let me know your opinion. I would really love to hear from you. Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we're having at today's episode. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do it, subscribe, like this video, drop me your comments, and lastly, do not forget to share for every other person to get this good news. And yes, guys, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I am going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Mwah.